don't look at the mountain that you are wanting to eventually climb. Like, the mountain's there, it's forever looming. It's always there. The shadow is casted over you, right? You don't have to look at that mountain. And what I mean by that is you don't have to constantly look at the disparity of where you are now and where you need to be in order to be that thing or do that thing, right? Or accomplish that thing. You do not have to look at how big that gap is, right? The reason, like, your brain wants to look at that gap because you want to be able to wrap yourself around it and fully understand that gap so it's not scary. Because what you're scared of is the unknown of that gap. What is it within that gap that I'm gonna have to make up in order to be this person, right? And you don't know, so your brain wants to try and understand it all. So you try and start breaking it down into little pieces. Like, okay, yeah, so this guy does this thing, and the kind of person that does that thing, or yeah, that does that thing, he also does this, and he does these things. And, okay, so if I'm going to do that, then I need to do all of those things, and I need to be all of these things first. But that's just not how it works. That's not how he got there, right? Or they got there, right? If you take walking down a path, right? Like, you're walking down the path of life, and the mountain is there. You can constantly be looking at the mountain and be like, oh my God, dude, that mountain, I'm never going to get up it. Like, that will take me forever, and I'm going to die halfway up it. Like, I'm going to be exhausted. There's no way I'll have the strength to take myself all the way up that mountain. But what you have to think about is, like, okay, is it possible for you to just take, like, one action to get you up to the mountain? Like, is there something you can do right now to get you to the top of the mountain? No. Is there something you can do right now that gets you closer to the top of the mountain? Yes. Yes. And that's the same analogy, right? You're walking down the path of life. You're taking steps down the path of life. Now, when you're walking, can you take more than one step at a time? No. Like, you could hop, I guess, but that's still not more than one step. You're just doing an extra, like, you're just doing a more effortful step, right? You're just jumping 2 feet at a time, but it's still one step. You can't take more than one step at a time, is what I'm saying, right? So once you nailed that, right? Okay, even if I could iron all this stuff out, I can't do it all at once. It's just not how it works. You have to take steps. You have to take one step at a time. So in order, like, or once you know that, right? If I can only take my next step, then why do I need to look at the mountain? All I need to look at is what my next step is. I believe the quote was something like, a boy and his, it's in a book, I believe, and a boy and his imaginary friends or his stuffed animals or something are walking through a forest, and they're trying to comfort him. A scary, foggy forest, right? The forest is life, and you're the boy. And the boy says, stuffed tiger, I can't see where I'm going. I'm so lost and I'm scared. I don't know how I'm going to make it through this forest. The fog is so dense, right? And the tiger says, well, can you see your way through the forest? Can you make your way? And he says, no, the fog. I can't see through the fog. He says, okay, well, look down. Can you see your next step? Can you look down and see just the next step that you need to take? And he says, yes. And the tiger says, well, just take that. That's all you can do anyway. Just take that step. And that really fucking clicked to me because, like, I have had this problem my whole life. I've had this problem of I want something, and then I look at what it takes to get it, and even my perception of what it takes to get it, which is not always in match with reality, right? It's oftentimes you build things up to be way harder than they are in reality, because I don't know, it's just easier that way to cope. But don't look at the mountain. Just don't look at it. You're going to be tempted a lot to look at it, and you still will glance at it every once in a while. Like, I'm still doing this. I'll glance at the mountain, and then I'll say, okay, this is an old thought pattern that I'm having, and I can choose to indulge in it. I can choose to engage it and go down the rabbit hole of, oh God, I have so far to go, and oh my God, like, will I ever get there? Or I can say, yes, that was my old thought pattern that I'm putting on the back burner for now, and I'm trying out this new thought pattern. And so that way I don't need to entertain that. That is not a truth that is trying to break into my deluded mind. It's just a former thought process that is trying to creep its way back in, right? So the big point is what I'm trying to say is the most important thing for growth and like getting where you want to be. It doesn't even matter if you know where you want to be. If like all you need to know is that you want to get better, right? You want to get better than you are right now, period. Not at a specific thing, just better in general, right? There's so many things that you can do to take that first step. It depends on what your position is in life is right now, right? If you're at rock bottom and you are super depressed and bedridden and you can't you're fighting to like even just last the next day, you know, your step could simply be getting out of bed, right? That could be the best thing that you could do, and it could be the only thing that you could do. It could be the only thing that you need to do, right? Like, it's different for everyone, but like if you're at that part, it could be as something small as that. Brush your teeth in the morning, shower every day. Just do a small thing that you think is like not even relevant or not even helpful, but just say that I'm gonna do this every day. Like I know that I can do this every day. Regardless of how I feel about how I can do it, I know in reality that I can do this every day. So I just will do it every day. And then uh, you do that enough times and you start being like, okay, it is a good thing that I'm doing that every day. It is markedly increasing the enjoyment I have or like um, just the peace of mind that I have, right? And then you start adding things, right? Like, okay, I'm showering every day. I should probably brush my teeth every day too. I'm brushing my teeth and I'm showering every day. I should probably make sure I'm eating enough. Like I'm not eating like, you know, one piece of bread a day. I should probably eat a little bit more. Um, okay, I'm doing those things. Maybe I should go outside and get a little sunlight every day. Just, you know, sit on the back porch for like 10 minutes and soak up some sun, you know? So it's little things that every day, you know, as long as you're consistent is the important bit. You just say that this is a thing that I know I can do, I know I should do, so why am I not doing it, right? Let's do it. And then you make that decision, you do it every day, you get incrementally better at that thing and in general every day. And then as you get better every day, you want to get even better every day. So you're getting a little bit better, and then you add another thing and you get a little bit better on top of that. And then you get a little bit better on top of that. And that's called exponential growth, right? You're not just growing by the same amount every day, you're growing by a little more every day. So um yeah, it's just, you know, you keep doing that enough, and that's like a mathematical equation. It's not like a woo woo and like everything will work out kind of thing. It's like is math. Like you exponentially grow every day. Make sure that you got better than you did yesterday, no matter what it is, just a little bit. You got better, you stayed consistent, whatever it is. You did your thing that day and you got a little bit better. Over time, you continue to do that, you never take a back step, you will be in a remarkably different place than where you started. It's just how it works, right? Like the analogy of two ships, right? They're going parallel on the ocean. They're going completely parallel in the exact same straight line. And one of those ships, like you could think of this, you're two buddies, right? In middle school. And you guys both have the same mindset. You're both you know, having fun, smoking weed or whatever, you know, like doing your thing, and you're content with that. And then this guy is your friend, and he keeps doing the same thing he's doing. Like he's staying on that same trajectory. He's having a good time in life, and he's going straight. And all you do is one day in middle school, you're like, okay, I'm gonna stop smoking weed. You know, it's making me lazy. Whatever. You know, I still smoke weed, so I'm not putting weed down. But like, I'm just gonna stop smoking weed, or I'm gonna start working out. And then he's going like this, and you just went beep. Like it's hard to tell on the camera, but like you're here and you went beep, like just the slightest little angle tilt. But over time, you know, you keep going. It's so hard to show on the camera with my hands like this, but I'm a hand talker. If you keep going like that, I'm sure you can get what I'm saying. Like that first guy and you are going to be in a complete, like you could be a world apart by the end. Like the further forward you go, the further you are getting away from that guy, because you have just a slightly higher trajectory, just a slightly different trajectory than he does. So you're separating yourself more and more. So that's the point.